So welcome to the call, guys. Good evening. So we'll start in 4 minutes. So for now, we'll wait for everybody else to join us. So you in the chat box, if you haven't introduced yourself, you may do so. Let us know your name, your location, and what's for dinner tonight. Gusto natin yan, yung Ligo Sardines. We support them.
Well, coming from Victoria's, I support Victoria City, San Negros. I support yung Victoria Sardines, pero we don't have any of that right now.
You're from Victoria?
No, yung family ko sa mom's side, they're based in Victoria City, but we live currently sa San Pablo.
I see. So now you're in San Pablo.
Yes,
Welcome, welcome.
same here. Well, let's just wait for the rest to drop by.
While everyone is waiting to start, maybe you should look into the session guide for tonight. It will give you a preview of what to expect for the Map Pampanga session. Okay, hi everyone. It's 7:30, so we're going to start. I hope everyone has had their dinner. I've seen people sharing about their meals tonight. Sinigang, ligo sardines, adobo, see, tuna and bread. Pwede naman kumain habang while working on the computer. Okay. So is everyone's audio working all right? Hi.
My audio is working so far.
All right. Okay, some of us don't have microphones with them, so I guess they'll just use the chat box. Welcome to WeMap, Wednesday's Mapa Time Online. This is an initiative of the OpenStreetMap community in Manila. and we're planning to do this every Wednesday, 7:30 until 9 or 9:30, depending on the session. So some reminders for everyone. The channel that you're in right now, 8 by 8 is being live streamed to YouTube and is being recorded. If you don't want to be recorded or to take part in this channel, I suggest that you use the YouTube channel instead. But all our interactions here in this channel are going to be recorded. All information and content are provided as is without warranties of any kind. Also, if you're planning to share your webcam or your screen later, please make sure that you've taken the necessary precautions to safeguard your private and personal information. Okay, this is the link. On the screen is the link to YouTube. Um, the interactions there are not recorded, unlike here in 8x8. Code of conduct. Everyone is expected to follow the COC. So please take a minute to go through the COC. So we want everyone to feel safe within the session. And the COC covers all participants, including speakers and other volunteers. If you want to have more information about the COC, please proceed to the link provided in the session guide. For any concerns about the COC, tonight's enforcer for our Police Pangkalawakan is Eugene. So please send a private message to Eugene in the chat box or through Telegram, or send us an email in the email listed on the screen. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what's that? Hi. Welcome to WeMap.
Hello. I'm
Okay, so
Apollo.
yes, these are the URLs that we're going to use tonight. We will just do a short introduction. Um, okay, let me just turn off the mic of everyone who's not talking right now.
Na-mute mo din yata yung sarili mo, Erwin.
Yes, sorry, thank you. Is the I'm sorry, is the screen okay? Nakikita niyo ba yung uh, presentation?
Yep, we can see it.
All right, okay. Right, so the program for today will be is about Map Pampanga. And I'll turn over the floor to Sen of Hot PH in a few minutes. But before we do that, I just want to say that the objective of WeMap sessions is to provide the online community a channel for doing something positive during the lockdown. We might introduce you to basic OSM concepts or introduce advanced concepts in GIS in other sessions. But tonight, we will be focusing on contributing to the Pampanga project of Hot PH. For advanced mappers who already know how to use the ID editor or the tasking manager or uses other editors, please use the intermediate mappers validation task, while Sen will be onboarding beginners for task 8088 and 8090. And that's it. I'll turn over the floor to Sen. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So, thank you so much, Erwin. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Um, all right. So, okay. So, can you see the slide with the Mapampanga poster?
Yes.
All right. So, um, again, good evening, guys. Welcome to Wednesday's Mapa Time. So if you haven't introduced yourself, you can go to the chat box and you can introduce yourself and where you're from and kung anong dinner natin tonight. No, para naman meron tayong ibang mapag-usapan. Um, but so for tonight, as Erwin discussed earlier, we will be working on tasks, specifically in Pampanga. And before I forget, I'm Sen, and I'm the training manager of the humanitarian OpenStreetMap team here in the Philippines. So, of course, we would like to thank the OSM Philippines local community for providing this platform, for sharing this platform to us to help us then with this task. Yan. So, I think we can proceed with a brief introduction to OpenStreetMap. If you have any question in between, you can just unmute and you can raise your question anytime. So I think the important thing or the first thing that we have to discuss is why are we doing this? No, why are we mapping or why do we want to map? So we know that information is powerful. So with good information and right understanding, individuals and communities are better able to improve their lives and make good decisions about the future. Good information allow the government, the civil organizations, the NGOs to make better decisions. And um, in a way, maps are a good way to convey information. However, the use of the map is limited. If there is only one copy of the map. So, like for the traditional maps, na we need to print, develop, troubleshoot.
Sen,
This is Georgie. Something's wrong
Sen,
with the sounds.
yeah,
Okay. Um,
yeah,
I don't
there,
know where
that's
that's coming
better.
from. Okay. All right. So let me continue.
Better.
Um, all right. Okay. So as I was saying, the use of the map is limited. No. Kung with traditional maps, it's a bit limited if it's the one that we prepare, like say, even if through GIS, like through QGIS or ArcGIS, and then we print it, and only a few people can access it. No, so the information is limited to to those people who can see it. So it also limits the information. So the good thing about OpenStreetMap is it's volunteer geographic information and it's available for everybody. It's available to everyone. You can contribute um, all the data that you can share as long as tama, syempre. And at the same time, you can also use OpenStreetMap for anything under the sun. No, we can uh, we benefit, all of us benefit from this open source thing, no, na lahat tayo nakakapag share ng information, and it's easily accessible, it's available online. So at this point, parang there's no reason kung bakit hindi ka dapat magkaroon ng um, substantial na mapa. So just to give you an idea, there are many ways to edit OpenStreetMap, but for tonight, specifically, we are going to focus on the ID editor, which is the one on the um, upper left side. Yeah, left. And currently, yan yung built-in editor sa openstreetmap.org na website. But once you become more familiar with OpenStreetMap, you can actually start editing with JOSM, Java OSM. So these are for more advanced mappers. There are also Android and iOS mobile applications that you can use to edit. There is also a gamified version. Map Swipe is a gamified version of, in a way, editing then with OpenStreetMap, but it's really more of flagging focus areas for mappers to know kung saan ba dapat i-prioritize yung pagmamapa since dito may changes. So it's like Tinder. You swipe left, you swipe right, and you compare the imagery, and then you flag it na, hey, dito may changes. So at least the mappers working on a particular location will know na andito yung changes. Ayan. So, as I've said earlier, there are many ways that you can utilize OpenStreetMap. And just to share with you, these are just two of the smaller communities existing under or existing with the bigger OSM Philippines local community. No, so like sa Mapbex, they are focusing on mapping HIV facilities and LGBTQ friendly spaces here in the Philippines. Yan. And ano naman, si mental health awareness naman, they focus on mapping mental health facilities, doctors. Yan. So basically, whatever advocacy that you have, if you can think of a way how to integrate maps into it, there's room for you. No, and I believe that especially if you're just starting with OpenStreetMap, the community is very welcoming, and of course, whatever help we can give you, whatever assistance we can provide, we are open for collaboration. And in a way, humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, I suppose it also falls under a team, no? It also falls under a particular tema, no? Because we are an international team dedicated to humanitarian action and community development through open mapping. Yan. So here in the Philippines, we are specifically focused on the Philaware project, which I will discuss later on. Habang kapag nagmamapa na kayo, we will not linger on that for now. And but basically, we are collecting map data on critical lifeline infrastructures to be used for disaster preparedness and response. So I'll skip that part. All right, so I think we can start na dun sa training proper. So I think first it would be good if you would open tinyurl.com/hotquickguidewiki. So that way, kung medyo nadalian, na bibilisan kayo sa akin, or just in case na may gusto kayong balikan na step or instruction, you can find it in that site, no? tinyurl.com/hotquickguidewiki. All right, so the first step is, of course, signing up for your OpenStreetMap account. So, if wala pa kayong OpenStreetMap account, you can go to openstreetmap.org or type osm.org. Yan. And in the upper right-hand corner, you can click on sign up. You can click on sign up. And I think I'll give you 3 minutes to finish signing up. Yan. So 7:50 until 7:50. Yan. And please make sure that after signing up, you confirm. So it will send a confirmation email. So make sure na you click on the link provided dun sa email ninyo. Yan. So your display name is the username. I think we can turn on the background music for now while we're waiting for everybody to at least sign up. If you're signing up, you can send a message in the chat na you're signing up pa lang para we know kung may hinihintay ba tayo. And again, if you're not a newbie, you can proceed to task number 7931 for validation naman. Okay. So please let me know if you're still signing up. And, because we've had experiences before na ngayon na medyo nahirapan mag-sign up. So I just want to make sure that you're all taken care of. All right. So I'm assuming that everybody has signed up. So if that's the case, then you would have been able to log in to your OpenStreetMap account already. Um, yan. All right. So after signing up dun sa openstreetmap.org, and after you've confirmed the email sent to you, now you can open in a new tab tasks.hotosm.org. Yan. tasks.hotosm.org. So this is the tasking manager of HOT. So this platform enables us to work on a specific project simultaneously. So we would also log in here, and you should grant access. So for first time for first timers na maglo-log in, ayan, magaganitong prompt siya. So I would click on grant access. And then on the upper right hand corner, you should be able to see your username. And if ever na merong exclamation point beside your username, kindly check. I would click on the drop down and I will click on your profile. Yan. And I will add or edit contact details. So medyo marami siyang hinihingi like Facebook, Instagram, ganyan. You don't have to do that. Kahit email lang is okay. And then after that, once you've placed your email, you can click on contribute. The contribute tab, which is right beside the logo of the tasking manager. So, ayan, just to show you, no, you can search for any project that you want to work on. So even after this, you can access the tasking manager and look for a specific project that you want to work on. But for tonight, we are going to look for the Pampanga tasks. So just to show you, you can search for Pampanga and all the mapping tasks that we have will show up. No? Ayan. But for tonight, we will specifically work on Candaba, Pampanga. So that's 8088. So just to show you also, you can also search specifically 8088 here. So kung ano yung task number na binigay sa inyo, you can search for that and it will show you the specific task that we are going to work on. So I would click on Candaba and so this is what you should see at this point. Yeah. Of course, the first thing to do is completely read the instructions. It's very important na for every task, you read the instructions. Why? Because nag-iiba-iba yung instructions per task. So sometimes, like this one, for this task, it's asking us to map buildings only. Pero may mga times na buildings and roads yung pinapamapa, right? So, yan. And of course, there are also other more fine instructions here. As you can see, please accurately outline all the buildings you can identify. So outline should be for the full size of the building, even if it's partly covered by trees in the imagery. So meaning to say, kailangan imapa natin bawat bubong, no? Per roof dapat ang pag-outline sa mga buildings. And since na satellite image rito, ang view natin is from the top, right? And sometimes may mga areas or may mga lugar na mapuno talaga. And sometimes naharangan nung trees, nung puno, yung some portions of the building. But we would still map it. We would still assume na it's a perfect square or a perfect rectangle. Even if it's covered by trees. So we don't need to map it according to the grooves of the trees. Yan. And then later, I will show you how you can square or perfect or make your rectangle or your square a perfect one. Yan. But you can use the Q key in your keyboard to do that. No? Also, in densely populated areas, buildings are very close, so we must be careful na hindi nag-overlap or nag-share ng nodes yung mga buildings na minamapa natin. Later, I will show an example to you. And again, this is a common mistake. It's since na it's a densely populated area, minsan gusto natin just to save time na imapa na lang siya as one whole block. Kasi anyway, parang sobrang dikit-dikit. But we must not do that. We must map it. We must represent each building, no? Kasi kapag ginawa natin siyang block, then it would appear in OSM na isa lang siyang building. And that is problematic in terms of data, no? So we don't want to do that. So as much as possible, we must map ng very distinct ang bawat building, stand alone ang bawat building. Yan. And do not add additional tags to buildings, as we almost never can tell the more specific use of any building from imagery alone. So unless you have real knowledge of the place, unless tagahanda ba ka and yung specific na nabuksan mong tile later on ay isang lugar na very familiar sa'yo, then ang default na itatag natin sa bawat building ay building. No, we will not tag it as a house. We will not tag it as a basketball court, even if mukha siyang basketball court, no? Because we're not sure. Okay, so we don't want to misrepresent things on the map. So, all right. Also, to familiarize you, um, the legend naman is very straightforward. All the mga parang white transparent tiles are ready for mapping. So, ito yung mga pwede nating imapa ngayon. Yung mga yellow ay mga mapped na. So, minapa na siya. No? Yan. And I think one thing that would be helpful is yung locked by you. So as you can see, kapag naka-lock siya, sabihin somebody is working on it at the moment. And later on, if ever na mawala kayo or ma-confuse kayo, kapag may thicker royal blue outline pa, yung blue na tile, then that's your tile. Okay. So now I would click on map, or I will click on map, and you can actually select a random task or you can select a task by clicking on the map. So yan, you can select like that kung may specific kayo na ina-eye. No? So, okay. Let us once you've chosen the tile that you would want to work on, you can click on Start Mapping. So first, as you can see, there is a time here. So it says 1 hour, 59 minutes left. That's because every tile, you have a 2 hours maximum to work on it. Ideally, dapat ang isang tile natatapos in less than 2 hours. So, what will happen kung sumobra ka sa 2 hours? Then makikick out or i-open ulit ni tasking manager to somebody else yung task, and you might be editing your baka nag-overlap yung editing nyo. So just to make sure, be mindful of the time, and if you think na hindi mo matatapos in under 2 hours, then I suggest that you close the tile and then reopen it so you can pick up where you left off. Yan. All right. So as you can see, there's a drop down here, ID editor or JOSM. So again, for tonight, we will focus on start ID editor. And I would click on Start Editor, and it should open a new tab, an OpenStreetMap tab. Okay. And, oh, okay. So, yung nabuksan kong tab ay nothing or walang buildings. So, kapag ganito yung nabuksan nyo, I would suggest that you just close it. No, you can close it, and you can proceed in marking it as completely mapped since that there's nothing to map. And mark it as completely mapped. So as you can see, after I did that, naging yellow na siya. So hindi na siya mabubuksan ng ibang mapper. Okay, so I will select another task. Parang siguro dito na lang. Mukhang ito, may buildings. Again, I'll click on Start Editor. And let's wait for it. Ayan, ito, meron naman siyang buildings na. So, first is this pink line, this pink box. What is this? This is the boundary of your tile. So, ito yung area kung you can only work or you can only edit things within your pink box. Why are we doing this? Para hindi tayo overlap ng efforts with other people who might be working on the tile adjacent to what we are working on. So what if like this one, no, as you can see, may building na nag-cross na ng pink line, you can still edit that, no? Kung nadaanan naman na siya ng line mo, you can edit it. But if it's outside it na talaga, leave it for the person in charge of that tile. Okay. So first, as you can see, if we zoom in a little bit, no, parang wala sa alignment yung una niyang ginawa, no? What I would do is open background settings dito sa my right side panel. I will make sure that we are using yung custom imagery. It has built-in Maxar, but this is the latest and the right imagery for this. So I would not suggest using other imageries. And then I will scroll down, and here sa adjust imagery offset, I will click on it and drag, or you can use also yung mga arrow cursors, no, to align the buildings and the polygons to each other. As you can see, now, yan, medyo mas swak na siya sa isa't isa. Right? Like these particular buildings. Yeah. And also, so the importance of doing or checking the imagery offset, it will save you a lot of tears later on Kasi paano kung mali yung imagery offset mo, you'd been editing na, ang dami mo nang inedit, ganyan. So, baka ma-invalidate lang din yung task or hindi siya pumasa sa quality check. No, kapag completely off yung offset, no? That's additional work. So it's better to check it right away, adjust it right away before starting editing, just to make sure. And also, moving on, you can all here, no, you can also check the display options. So you can play with it, the brightness, contrast, saturation, and sharpness. So I know na iba-iba ang ating mga paningin. So I think you can adjust it to whatever is comfortable for your eyes, whatever helps you na mas ma-distinguish, mas makita kung ano yung wini-work on mo. So, yan. So that's for the background settings. And then below that is map data. Yan. So for map data, we would focus on the map features. So right now, buildings lang yung naka-check, kaya buildings lang yung nag-show. Pero if you actually enable everything, then you can see all the other features of the map, including roads, buildings, waterways. No? So for some, they like editing it that way, but you can choose the features that you want to enable. My general recommendation is disabling everything and just checking buildings and roads if later on kung maka-encounter kayo ng error message na baka nag-overlap yung building dun sa road. But otherwise, buildings lang yung ino-on ko kasi mas madaling mag-focus since na yun lang yung polygon sa map. No? Alright. So, let's proceed on how to map a building. No? So, I think I would start here. I will click on area. Okay. Again, area, I've seen people click on line before, even if it's for a building. Ang line ay para lang sa roads, waterways, no? Basically, mga linear na bagay. But if it's a shape, like a rectangle, a square, then it should be an area. Okay. So yun, I clicked on area, and then I will trace this, and I will not make it a perfect rectangle just to show you lang the difference later. So right now, white pa siya. So make sure, so that means na hindi pa siya natatag as a particular feature. No? So make sure na wala kayong matitira na parang white polygon, because if you save that, baliwala din kasi it will not show up in OpenStreetMap. So what you want to do is make sure, tag it as a building. Yan, click check. And then now it's red, right? So, ito yung gusto natin na maging red yung polygon. Okay, so now we can see it's not a perfect rectangle. So, you can actually click on it and press Q, or you can right-click and click on square. Yan. So, now, perfect na siya. Yan. You can also adjust it. You can move it a little bit. Ayan. So I would keep on mapping the buildings that I can see, and the goal for every tile actually is to make sure na it's the best tile possible. No, it's the best tile ever. Ayan. Example, no, this one, if you can see, naging gray yung isang corner. That means na nag-snap yung dalawang nodes. No? So this is what we don't want. Um, Make sure na nakahiwalay siya dun sa katabing building. Yan. So, I would make sure na kahiwalay. There. All right. And then, what if may mga edits na hindi ka satisfied? Okay, like alam mong pangit yung yung naging initial edit sa kanya. No? It's your tile, so you can do anything to it. As long as eventually ikokompleto mo din siya, no? If if deleting all of these things will help you to make it better, to make it the best style possible, then that's fine. So there. So I will not complete this yet, so I can proceed with the demo. But okay, so every so often, not necessarily kapag natapos mo na yung buong tile, make sure to click on save. You can control S or you can click on save here sa upper right hand corner. And this will show up. No? Change set comment. Make sure na you don't delete anything. It helps us track your work. So if there's anything na you have to add, just place like added buildings. Ano yung ginawa mo? And then you don't have to click on I would like someone to review my edits since na my natural validation process naman, which will come after this. So I can now proceed to clicking upload. Uploading changes. And then it will show here. Thank you for improving the map around Candaba, Pampanga. So after you've saved it, no, sabihin na save na siya sa OpenStreetMap, you can close the tab and make sure na nandito pa din kayo sa landing page nitong tasking manager where you left off. And if natapos niyo naman, you can mark it as completely mapped. Right? That's like what I did earlier. However, like what I did, kung hindi ko naman siya natapos, I would just click on stop mapping. Okay, so if for any reason you have to stop mapping, like may meeting na kayong pupuntahan or inaantok na kayo, ganyan, you can you can just click on stop mapping. And if you would like to return to that tile, maybe you can leave a comment na parang, hey, please don't touch my tile, I'll come back to it. Yun. Pero pag nag-leave kayo ng comment na gano'n, please do come back to it. Yan. Otherwise, kasi anyway, mag-open din naman. Magre-reopen yung tile, which to enable then other people to continue editing the task. No. All right. So I will click on stop mapping, and then I will look for a more densely populated area to show you other stuff. Okay. All right, so I think this one. Again, I will click on start mapping. I will click on start editor. And once it opens, okay, there. Parang, oh no, ang daming buildings. Kaya ko bang tapusin to in less than 2 hours? Or confident ba ako na, or parang nalulula ako sa sobrang dami ng buildings? So what do you want? So what can we do? No, basically you can close again the tab, and you can click on split task. Okay, so usually we use the split task to make tiles which seem daunting to be more manageable, no? So, once I click on split task, as you can see, yung original na tile, wala na siya, nahati na siya into four. So now, I can select any of the smaller tiles that came out of that. No? So, all right. So, yan. Let's click on that one, and then I will click on start mapping again. Yan. And I'll start editor. So, yung mark as bad imagery, you only tag a specific tile mark as bad imagery. If for some reason, sobrang labo talaga ng imagery, as in, hello potato na, wala ka nang makita, ganyan. Hindi mo na makita yung, wala ka nang idea talaga kung nasan yung mga boundaries ng bawat building, and like, or kung kunyari sobrang daming clouds na substantial portion of it ay may clouds. So, how does clouds look like? Ito po, as you can see, if you this is a cloud. So, usually ganyan yung itsura kapag may cloud na nakaharang sa imagery. Like white lang siya. No. So this one, even though may cloud, I will not report it as bad imagery since na manageable naman eh. I mean, you can edit the rest of the tile naman. And even if yung nako-cover niya, you know pa rin na isang ano pa rin siya, isang buong um, building pa din siya. All right. So I think that's the basics of OpenStreetMap and how you can use the tasking manager. Do we have any questions? So you can start on editing na ha. Yan, so you can actually start on editing, and we're just here to answer your questions. You can unmute. Yan. Um, You can also raise your hand if you have any question. Just unmute or send a message. Okay, so I think we'll just keep the music on. Yan, sabi ni Mike, if you want to speak, press space for push to talk. If you have any question, mag-unmute lang kayo or mag-send kayo ng message dito sa ano natin, sa chat natin. But for now, let's map together. Let's work. No? And let's make the most of our Wednesday mapa time.
Hi, Sen. May question si Aimon.
Yes, what's the question?
Do we have a specific goal for tonight, or do we just map as much as we can until 9:30 p.m.?
We I would say that the goal is to close the Kandaba tile to push it to 100%. But yeah, let's just map as much as we can. icing on the top na lang kung ma-complete natin to 100% yung Candaba. But thank you so much for all your contribution. We hope that we can keep on mapping to help us complete the area.
And guys, I'm also monitoring the number of edits. I-announce later yan after. Kung sino yung pinakamaraming nakamap na buildings. So, yun. Thank you.
May premyo ba, Faye?
I think we can, yeah, may premyo. We can give hot swags. Although that might have to wait kapag, ano na, kapag na-lift na yung quarantine. Once we can go back to our office and actually have access to our office supplies.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. Más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Y más más allá. Encontrando vida en el camino, melodías que no hemos tocado. Y yo no quiero descansar. Resuena por la pared, creando una canción. No quiero perder el ritmo. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Y más Contemos el número, solo un trueno de horizontes, seremos miles. Crecemos en número, solo un trueno de horizontes, seremos miles. Más y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad, hasta que me convierta en rayos. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad. Y más allá. Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy, but it's so insane. We must merely make a stride. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna let it out. Tonight, we're gonna let it out. Tonight, we're gonna let it out. Like the sunrise, we're gonna let it out. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Only just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it My heart rages around like an ocean in my head because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, now I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my walking in the distance. I'll find you in my I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
I'm on my own, broken and alone. I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Just stand 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. You kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home is just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. You meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now,
Don't say you're on the run to the other side, my love. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. You say you wanna cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that is not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. I'll find you in my find you in my
So, hello guys. How's mapping so far? So, at this moment, so we're 15 minutes away from 9:30. So right now, Faye will be running her stats to see who has contributed the most number of buildings. Um, so for now, while we're waiting for Faye to process that, I would share my screen again, and I would just would like to share what we are working on here in the Philippines. So HOT is currently working on the Philaware project. So it's a collaboration with the Pacific Disaster Center, USAID, and the Office of Civil Defense to make a two-pronged, all-encompassing disaster risk reduction initiative. So basically, if you're familiar with InAware, the one that they are using in Indonesia, or Disaster Aware, which is mostly US, mostly I think US yung coverage. It's a custom hazard monitoring and early warning system. So basically, it should be able to, once it's operational, it should be um, able to give us situational data at any given time. And Hot Philippines is specifically, what we are doing as part of the Philaware project is we are collecting the critical geospatial data, specifically the critical lifeline infrastructures such as hospitals, evacuation centers, the roads, the schools. So ito yung mga data na kinokollect namin, no, and by doing this, what we have tonight, by doing the remote mapping, this is a huge help in making sure that the our pilot communities, of course, the goal is to map the entire Philippines. But for our pilot areas, Quezon City and Pampanga, we want to have it completely mapped, and eventually the critical lifeline infrastructures geotagged. So to excuse me, to just show a little bit more, so you can appreciate better what you did tonight, I would like to share this with you. So this is actually Santa Ana, Pampanga, before um, we started mapping it through Mapampanga. So as you can see, ito lang yung white spots, yun lang yung concentration of buildings, no, before we started mapping it. And um, now, ito na siya. I think this is around 85% complete when we snip this video. Yeah. So it's a huge difference, no, from the original imagery. Before, nandito lang sa gitna, very small concentration of buildings, no, and now at least all, if not all, around 99% of the buildings are mapped. And should anything happen, should the disaster happen, wag naman sana, um, mas meron ng available data to know na nandito, kung nasan yung concentration ng buildings. We have better information on to gauge the extent of damages, ganon. So the thing that you're doing right now, thank you so much, because it's contributing to putting people, vulnerable people, on the map. Yan. So again, thank you very much. Hindi kailangang magtapos sa 9:30 yung pagmamapa, no? We encourage you to keep on mapping, and yeah, even after this, even tomorrow, if you have any questions, you can ask um, through our Telegram channel. You can join. Um, you can join any of the OSM Locos Telegram group or and the Hot Philippines Telegram group. You can join that. No? So, and I think merong ipapasagot na evaluation. Yan. I think you can send, they will be sending the link to the evaluation form in the chat. Just check. Yep. Yeah, so, yan, stay tuned na lang. We'll just wait for Faith to complete her stats, and yeah, the evaluation will be sent by Erwin, I think, but I think it's also here in the
Sen, it's
yeah,
already in the
here.
chat box.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Ayan, so habang hinihintay natin, you can fill in that short survey. Thank you.
Abrázame toda la noche, no nos queda mucho tiempo más. No quiero perder lo que queda. Seguimos siempre la pasión y confiamos solo en el amor. Yeah. No quiero perder lo que queda. Y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad hasta que me convierta en rayos y más allá. A través de la gran oscuridad y más allá. Encontrando vida en el camino, melodías que no hemos tocado. Y yo no quiero descansar. Resuena por la pared, creando una canción. Quiero perder el ritmo y más allá. A través de la gran
Hi,
Hello.
everyone.
hasta que
Hi.
Faye, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Wait. Sharing my screen. Nag-share na ba? Ayan. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so again, thank you for joining. So we'll be providing you ito, yung session summary natin for today. So, ayan. So every mapathon na kinoconduct ni HOT and ni OSM Philippines, laging may summary to check yung progress ng mga tasks na wino-work natin. Ayan. So for today, nag-start tayo on mapping Candaba. So I checked kaninang 7 p.m. We started at 49%. And then, ayan, as of 9:30 or 9:15, 9:20, it's about 57%. So thank you to all
Yay!
to all the contributors for tonight. Ayan. So malaking progress din yan. And for yung mga advanced editors din natin, nag-work din sila on validating Candaba tasks. So, it started at, ayun, 0% lang din siya kanina. And then, I think, nasa 7% na yung progress niya ngayon. And then, for Bacolor, from 4%, as of, ayan, 9:20, 10% na siya. So, thank you to the validators for tonight for your time. And for the totals, ayan. So, for tonight, we've added 1,176 buildings. And for the ways or combined roads and buildings, nasa 135 yon lahat. And contributors for tonight is 19. So, thank you sa 19 na nag-contribute dito sa mga Pampanga tasks and VMAP tasks natin. Okay, so yung next slide is yung winners for tonight's mapathon. So, we have
Wow!
2 awards. Yeah. So, yung first award is the contributor who mapped the most number of buildings. So, ayan. So, sino kaya? Okay, so first winner natin is JR. So, JR,
Yay!
ayan. Suki ng Hot Philippines sa map.
Wow!
Yeah,
Eksperyensado ka na, JR, ah.
yeah, 368 buildings. So, he's the map sheen of the night.
Map Sheen!
Yeah. And our next winner, it's the volunteer or the validator who most number of grids for tonight. Ewan Hill or Ewan Hill. Yeah. With 61
Yay!
grids validated. So thank you for validating our tasks. So you're our beast mapper the night.
Thank you for everyone doing some really excellent mapping there. That was really good.
Thank you. I hope you had fun tonight. And yung next slide, I'll show you your contributions. Ayan, per person or per user. So you can also see yung edits. So here are the contributions per user. So it's JR with 368 buildings. And Mr. Cape is Mike Gabriel. Yan.
Oh,
So here with 234 buildings. Sir Manning,
Mabagal pa internet ni Mike.
who joined late, pero tingnan nyo naman, 132 buildings map. Yeah. Valeriano is Gabriel Valeriano. Yeah. RCR 147, AA Coral, JM Res, Rally, hello.
is Rally
Rally,
here?
he's validating one of the tasks also.
Yay!
Jai Abella with 45 buildings, M&P, and Gowin, 25 buildings added, Lindell, Ewan Hill, Dan Christian, Dear Paul, thank you, Sen. Eugene is also here who validated the tasks. Lev Daran, MI Pangan, and oops, it's na doble. Ayan. But anyway, yeah. Thank you uh for contributing, for adding buildings, for editing all the edits in Pampanga. So, Erwin,
Yes,
Sen,
thank you, Faye. I
thank
just have a
you.
few words for our
Okay.
guests. Let me share my screen. So, thanks everyone for joining us tonight in WeMap. So that's every Wednesday we do an online mapathon, and today we are very happy that Hot PH agreed to adjust their session so that we could do a mapathon with them. If you're seeing my screen, if you're interested in posting a selfie, please do so in your favorite social media platform and use the hashtags Mapatime, WeMap, or Mapampanga so that we know that you participated today apart from your edits. Also, Dakala Salamat. So for the Kapampangans, that means thank you. I know we have several Kapampangans in joining us tonight. So thank you again, everyone. If you're interested in knowing more about the community, the OpenStreetMap communities in the Philippines, we have links to our active channels in our wiki page. It's wiki.osm.org/ph or in our Telegram channel, t.me/osmph. Of course, we also have Hot Philippines, which you can get in touch with through Facebook, or check out the other projects in the Philippines through the wiki.osm.org category. So I'm going to post a link to this slide I'm using so you can browse the links yourself. So shout out to the other ongoing projects in the Philippines. We have MapDex and Grab's Quarantine Essential Maps, Mapagaling's Healthcare Facility Mapping, Mental Health Awareness Mapping, Map.track for bike shops, and MapDex LGBTQ mapping initiative. So that's it. We hope to see you again next week. We haven't finalized our next week's session, but it's probably one of these four. So we'll just adjust the schedule. So we'd like to hear your feedback. If you have any, please don't forget to fill in the survey. If you have questions, feel free to ask them now. But if you're ready to go, please feel free to leave the channel anytime. But we'd be happy to accept questions or comments on the air. Okay, it appears that no one is interested in sharing questions. So that ends our session tonight. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. We hope to see you again next week. And we look forward to having as many participants as we had today again soon. Thanks,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye.
James. And I love you.
Guys, thank you very much. Even though I wasn't able to participate much, nanood ako from the sidelines and you did a great job. So hope to see you guys next week.
Thank you, Ian. So guys, thanks for helping everyone who were working in the background to make today's session a success. Thanks. Let's forego the
Sum
meeting
up.
tonight if you don't mind because I have another meeting. Summarize na lang natin.